What up, everybody, man? I know y'all miss me. I ain't came with y'all in no message in a couple days. I had to take some rest. Uh, the song you hearing right now is Aaron Hall, When You Need Me. And it's not, about a woman for me. This is about God. You take it and you flip it. When you need God, he'll always be right there. When you need him, he'll always be there, no matter what. But I'm coming to y'all, man, because I want to drop this message in y'all about what I read in Hosea and then also in Romans chapter 1. So I'm going to read it to y'all and I'm going to tell y'all what's going on. Then I'm going to give you some knowledge and wisdom on it. And I want you, if you can, go back and study it for yourself because this is going on in this day and age. Okay? So just hear me out. The first one I'm going to read is Hosea. And I'm reading from the New Living Translation for anybody, and you can also look into the Message Bible or the Amplified, whichever one you want. I choose to use the New Living Translation. It says, "Hear the word, O Lord, O people of Israel. The Lord has brought charges against you, saying, there is no faithfulness, no kindness, no knowledge of God in your land. You make vows and break them. You kill and steal and commit adultery." That's going on today. There is violence everywhere, one murder after another. That is why your land is in mourning, and everyone is wasting away. Even the wild animals and the birds of the sky and the fish of the sea are disappearing. Don't point your finger at someone else and try to pass the blame. My complaint, you priest, you priest is with you. So you will stumble in broad daylight, and your false prophets will fall with you in the night. What that's talking about is, I'm just going to sum that little tidbit up right there. Is there so much like looseness going on? People are okay being somebody's side piece. Parents are okay teaching their kids these things and telling them, oh, it's all right. Let them listen to the music that's just demonic as I don't know what. And the preachers is okay doing it too. And it's all right for them because it's for their self-righteous gain. You come up in their church, all you got to do is listen to a good old message, a good old sermon, and then let's worship the Lord in our giving. And next thing you know, you giving them money. And that's why it talks about the false prophets and the false preachers. So it says, don't point your finger at someone else and try to pass the blame. My complaint, you priests, is with you. You will stumble in broad daylight, and your false prophets will fall with you in the night. And I will destroy Israel, your mother. My people are being destroyed because they don't know me. Talking about they don't know God. Since you priests refuse to know me, I refuse to recognize you as my priest. Since you have forgotten the laws of your God, I will forget to bless your children. The more priests there are, the more they sin against me. Have y'all noticed that the more churches that they've been building, the more people call themselves preachers and teachers, it's been about money. I'm not saying all of them, but it's been a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? It's been a lot of them. So, it says it right here in Hosea. They have exchanged the glory of God for the shame of idols. When the people bring their sin offerings, the priests get fed. So the priests are glad when the people sin. And what the priests do, the people also do. So now I will punish both priests and people for their wicked deeds. They will eat and still be hungry. They will play with the prostitute and gain nothing from it. For they have deserted the Lord to worship other gods. Look around y'all. Ain't y'all seeing the same thing that I'm seeing, that the world is seeing? That they making it okay to worship false gods, to worship mammon, money, chase out there, go get your bag. It's okay to for a woman and for two women to sleep together. It's okay for two men to sleep together. Is y'all not seeing this stuff? They okaying it. Wine, drinking has robbed my people of their understanding. Alcohol. They ask a piece of wood for advice. What's that piece of wood? What's that piece of wood? Is it that cross that you wear? The cross that you wear when you doing sin, like, oh, as long as I got my Jesus piece, I'm straight. I got God with me, man. They think a stick can tell them the future. Longing after idols has made them foolish. They have played with the prostitute, serving other gods and deserting their God. They offer sacrifices to idols on the mountaintops. They go up into the hills and burn incense in the pleasant shade of oaks, poplars, and terebinth trees. I think I said that right. That is why your daughters turn to prostitution and your daughters-in-law commit adultery. But why should I punish them for their prostitution and adultery? For your men are doing the same thing, sinning with whores and shrine prostitutes. Oh, foolish people, you refuse to understand, so you will be destroyed. He talking to the parents, y'all. He talking to the parents like, why would I destroy your kids when y'all taught them this? Why would I destroy them? Why would I, destroy them? Y'all the ones that taught them this. Y'all the one that's okaying it. Y'all the one that's letting them watch the stuff on TV. Y'all the one that's letting them listen to the music. Y'all the one that's telling them it's okay to go out there and get it. Though you, Israel, are a prostitute, may Judah not be guilty of such things. Do not join the false worship of Gilgal or Bethaven, and do not take oaths there in the Lord's name. Israel is stubborn like a stubborn heifer, stubborn cow. So should the Lord feed her like a lamb in a lush pasture? Leave Israel alone because she is married to idolatry. When the rulers of Israel finish their drinking, off they go to find some prostitutes. They love shame more than honor, so a mighty wind will sweep them away. Their sacrifices to idols will bring them shame. Now that's Hosea. That's just chapter 4. You go on to the next chapter, it gets deeper. I'm telling y'all. But what that was just saying, where I started at, when you drink and when you smoke, you become under what they call an influence. You're being controlled. But you don't know that you're being controlled because this is spiritual. This is not fleshly. This is spiritual. It's things that you can't see that's in dark places. Things that you can't see that come into your eyes when you're watching a movie or when you listening to music. I was talking to one of my sisters earlier, and I told her the movie Insight gives you a whole lot of insight about it. And I think I'm talking about the right movie, but it was with Will Smith, where he was a hustler, and they was talking about things getting into your subconscious and you being programmed. And because you listen to these things and you watch these things, that spirit comes in and it programs you. But you don't know that you're being controlled because you're just having fun, doing your thing, getting lit, partying. And that's what it talks about. Like, don't operate as the heathens do because you don't know what you're up against. The spiritual beings. Ephesians 6:12. Look it up for yourself, what it talks about. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities. Who's that? Oh, that's why they call it wine and spirits. You sure enough right. So I'm finna go to Romans 8. Y'all follow along with me if you can. Romans 8, I'm sorry. Romans 1, chapter 1. 1 through 19. I'm getting there. I was just there. I had it saved and everything, y'all. Okay, got it. All right. So, chapter 1 of Romans. We're going to start at verse. Y'all go with me to verse, I want to say 18. Yes, go to verse 18. In Romans chapter 1. It says, but God shows his anger from heaven against all sinful, wicked people who suppress the truth by their wickedness. They know the truth about God because he has made it obvious to them. Forever since the world was first created, people have seen the earth and the sky. Through everything God made, they can clearly see his invisible qualities. His eternal power and divine nature. His invisible qualities and his eternal power and divine nature. So they have no excuse for not knowing God. Yes, they knew God, but they wouldn't worship him as God or even give him thanks. Oh, this is getting deep. And they began to think up foolish ideas of what God was like. As a result, their minds became dark and confused. Claiming to be wise, they instead became utter fools. And instead of worshiping the glorious, ever-living God, they worshiped idols made to look like mere people and birds and animals and reptiles. So God abandoned them to whatever shameful things their hearts desired. As a result, they did vile and degrading things with each other's bodies. They traded the truth about God for a lie. So they worshiped and served the things God created instead of the Creator himself, who is worthy of eternal praise. Amen. That is why God abandoned them to their shameful desires. Even the women turned against the natural way to have sex instead indulged in sex with each other. The natural way ain't to be indulging with other women. The natural way ain't to be indulging with other men. Men ain't supposed to be doing it with men. Women ain't supposed to be doing it with women. You can't multiply. You can't have no kids. If it is, it's blasphemous. And, okay, yeah, right there it says, and the men, instead of having normal sexual relations with women, burned with lust for each other. Men did shameful things with other men. And as a result of their sin, they suffered within themselves the penalty they deserved. Since they thought it foolish to acknowledge God, he abandoned them to their foolish thinking and let them do things that should never be done. Their lives became full of every kind of wickedness, sin, greed, hate, envy, murder, quarreling, deception, malicious behavior, and gossip. They are backstabbers, haters of God, insolent, proud, and boastful. They invent new ways of sinning and they disobey their parents. Woo! They invent new ways of sinning. What the fuck? They tell you that it's okay to sin. It's okay to keep on doing this. Preachers even tell you that. It's like, all right, look, all you got to do is say, Lord, please forgive me, and you're forgiven. Yes, the Lord forgives. But why would you go back and do something that he forgave you for? That makes no sense at all. Religion has to die. Religion. What is religion? Legion? Real legion? Real devil? Y'all go with me. Learn some things. Let's see. They refuse to understand, break their promises, are heartless, and have no mercy. They know God's justice requires that those who do these things deserve to die, yet they do them anyway. Worse yet, they encourage others to do them too. They talk about the parents, y'all. They talk about the grown people, not the children. They're talking about grown people, the parents. They're teaching their children that it's okay. They're okaying this stuff just for some money. Like, that's, man, come on, y'all. That's crazy right there, just for some money. And I'm going to tell y'all one more thing, man, before I go. The whole Bible is literally about sin and about sex. Like, sex was the first thing. Sex was the first thing. And that's why it talks about adulterous ways. It talks about men sleeping with men, women sleeping with women, worshiping false idols, drinking and wine, because all that leads to is sexual behavior. And it's going on right now before our eyes. Man, turn that stuff off. I'm telling you, turn it off. Like, if it's sexual things that your kids are looking at, turn it off, man. You in control. You in power. You as the parent need to step up. Men, step up and lead. Lead your wife and your children. Stop letting them do these things that they shouldn't be doing. Kick the enemy out your house, man. Resist the devil and he should flee. But I'm telling y'all, the Bible is written about sex, y'all, for real. Go look in there. Every single chapter that you look at is nothing but about turning away from sex and operating as the heathens do. We were taught this stuff. Now we have to unlearn this stuff. We have to stop this stuff and let God, the Creator, give us what's ours. No more of trying to be in control of your life. Give God the control. Let him take the wheel, man. Hey, if y'all enjoyed this message, please like, share, and subscribe. Like, let's get this message out there, y'all. We need to get the truth out there. No more lies. Let's get the truth out there. I love y'all. Blessings to y'all. Knowledge.